What's up, everybody? Webb here, coming at you with another video today about the PlayStation 5. And in case you haven't heard, next week Thursday, June 4th, at 1 p.m. Pacific time, PlayStation is going to be holding an event that is going to be going over all things PlayStation 5. Now, they have revealed to us that they are not going to be going over everything about the PlayStation 5, but I have a feeling that they're going to drop off some good information for us so they don't leave us hanging too much for the next event that they plan on holding. And so far, what we know about the PlayStation 5, well, we got the specs, and we've seen the DualSense controller. And that's about it. So what they're going to show us in this conference coming up next week, we are all sitting here left to wonder. One thing we do know they will show us that I'm going to go over in my list further into this video is the only thing that we know that they're going to show. Everything else, we have no idea what they're going to unleash upon us. And hopefully they give us a lot of information here and don't leave us hanging too much for the next event, because this is a big conference. This could be huge right here for PlayStation, because there is a ton of hype going out around about this conference right now because they got the spotlight. Xbox had their time a couple weeks ago to do their gameplay reveal, and it didn't turn out so well for Xbox. So they're going to need another chance. But this is PlayStation's time to shine. They got the spotlight right now, and they can grab everyone's attention right here. They have the whole world looking and to see what they plan on doing with the PlayStation 5. So today I'm coming at you with a list on the top 5 things that I want to see out of this Sony press conference. So let's get into it.
Number 5.
All right, and number 5 on my list today is something that Sony did confirm that we are going to see, and that is gameplay. Number 5 coming in is gameplay. I want to see gameplay, and they did confirm that we will see gameplay, but judging by what we've seen about Xbox event 2 weeks ago when they had a gameplay reveal, we don't want to see Sony do the same exact thing that Xbox did a couple weeks ago with their gameplay event. We want to see raw gameplay. One thing they need to do is take an exclusive PlayStation game, and we want to see some raw gameplay. 15, 20 minutes, uncut, unaltered gameplay. That's what we want to see. And it would be even sweeter if they took a game that we've been waiting to be announced, or a game that we've never heard of, and decided to throw that up on the screen and let us watch a good 15, 20, 30-minute chunk of raw gameplay from something that hasn't been announced, or something we're not even expecting, like let's say a new God of War game. If they threw that up on the screen and had us watch a good 20 minutes of gameplay of that, now that's going to get everybody talking. So number 5 coming in on the list is gameplay. We want raw gameplay, and we don't want to see them make the same mistake that Microsoft made with their gameplay reveal.
Number 4.
All right, and coming in at number 4 on the list is price. Now, we may not get to see the price at this event because Sony did confirm that they are planning on holding several events for the PlayStation 5 building up to the release date. But if they could throw out price at this event and give us a good price on top of that, let's say $400 is what I'm hoping for. If they can throw out a price tag of $400 for the PS5, and especially get into announcing a price before Microsoft, because as of right now, it seems like they're both holding out for one or the other to announce a price first, probably because they don't want to go too low or they don't want to go too high, either of them, because we've seen what happened with past generations. But if Sony decides to throw out a $400 price tag on the PS5 and puts Microsoft into a corner to either have to match that or throw out some extra benefits with the package of their console and have a markup of maybe no more than $50, because $100 we've seen just is too much for a console separation. If they can manage to throw out a price tag of $400 for this and get everybody excited, that would be huge. And to do it at this event, if you ask me, I think that putting out the price at this event is a very smart move, because then it gets everybody in good spirits and gets everybody thinking and waiting for the next event reveal, which they don't have to worry about wondering how much they're going to have to actually pay for the console. So coming in at number 4 on the list is price, and it is something we definitely want to see out of this conference, and we definitely want to see a good price. and we know that Sony can do a good price, as what they've seen with the PlayStation 4 coming out as a good price as well. And as we know, console makers do end up usually take a hit on a price tag of a console, but they make up for it in the long run. And we're hoping that they can make that successful again with this console generation. So let's get into number 3.
Number 3.
All right, and coming in at number 3 on the list is something that we may not get to see at this event, but I'm really hoping that Sony could surprise us and give us a quick glimpse at it, because this is something that is extremely important to me, and it always has been for prior generations, and it's always been something that has bothered me and annoyed me for all previous generations. And I've always had a problem. Every single update that would come out, constantly changing, and it would just always bug me. So coming in at number 3 on the list is the UI. And I think the UI is one of the most important things about a console, because it's what you spend a lot of time in navigating, and it's what your home screen is going to look like and everything. And there is one thing that I have always wanted to have out of a console UI, and that is to make it customizable. There has never been a customizable UI, so when I can take tiles and move them around on a screen where I want, or add certain tiles. Some of the UIs have been mildly customizable, but I want full customization. I want to be able to make whatever tabs I want. I want to be able to rearrange the tabs. I want to make whatever tiles I want. I want to be able to take tiles off if I don't want them there. I want full customization, because that never ever is a bad thing. Full customization is never bad. And I want to see a clean, sleek, and easy to navigate UI. And to make that customizable on top of that, fully customizable, then you could have a huge one-up over the Xbox as well if they don't plan on putting out a fully customizable UI. That is something that will attract people to want to buy your product as well, because as we all know, everybody loves customization, and people want things the way that they want it, not the way that they're forced to have it. So that is one thing that is very important to me on the list, even though it's coming in at number 3, because there's still 2 more that I find that are a little bit more important than the UI of what I want to see out of this conference. So let's get into number 2.
Number 2.
All right, and coming in at number 2 on the list is exclusives. This is what we want. We all want to see the exclusives. Third-party games are going to be shared between both platforms, but we want to see what the PlayStation can run and what it is going to run from its exclusives, because that is one of the main selling points of every console, is their exclusive games. And do I think that they're going to show us some exclusives with this press conference that we have coming up right here? Yes, I do. They have to. At least one. They're going to probably, at least, even if it's a tease of one. What we would really want to see is full gameplay from one of their exclusives. It would be great if this whole conference focused on PS exclusives only, but I'm sure they'll end up throwing in some third-party titles in there too. It happens every time. So coming in at number 2 on the list is PS exclusives. That is what we want to see. At least 2 to 3 to make me happy, but I'll take just one. And now moving on to number 1 on the list. And this is the one thing that we want to see more than all the others. And it is extremely important to me to get this one last thing out of this conference. Let's go to number 1.
Number 1.
All right, guys, and coming in at number 1 on the list is the console. We need to see the console. I want to see the console. That is one thing that they have not completely confirmed, that we will see the console, but everybody's speculating that we will see the console, and we should see the console. This is Sony's chance to shine. They need to take this conference and make the best moves they possibly can out of it. It's the first reveal that they're going to have for the PlayStation 5. They need to drop a bomb on this one. Show us the console. Show us the exclusives. Show us the price. Them are the main 3 things that we want to see out of this conference. But number 1, we want to see the console. And speaking of the console, what color console are we going to get? Because yesterday, when they made this announcement, they decided what I took as kind of a tease that there was a black DualSense controller, which completely turned out to be false. It was not a black DualSense controller in that tease that they had. It was actually a white one, just made to look like a black DualSense controller, unless you were really paying attention to it, which was a little bit sneaky by Sony, because that was definitely intent. But We'd love to see them come out with a black version of the DualSense controller or just a black version of the console. We still don't know what we're going to get. Are we going to get a white console with the white DualSense? Are they going to offer us a black console with the black DualSense? Or can we have a white DualSense with a black console? Who knows? We don't know yet. We want all of it. Show us all that. But what we mainly want to see is we need to see the console this time. This would be such a smart move on Sony. They've waited long enough. And before the leaks start rolling in and someone ends up leaking out the console line, that's the last thing that Sony wants. So what they need to do is they need to take advantage of this time that they have for this conference and show us the console. They need to make the announcement of the exclusive games. We need to see the price of $400. We want to see the UI that the PlayStation is going to be using. We also want to see some raw gameplay out of this conference. Them are the 5 top things that we want to see out of this conference. But I ain't done yet. I'm going to throw in one bonus that I want to see out of this conference. So what is it? Let's find out.
Free content.
All right, and the one bonus thing that we want to see out of this conference, and that is the resurrection of an old series. I want to see an old series resurrected and played on the PS5. Now that would be huge, and that would start to blow people's minds. Bring back something that people have been craving for a long time and throw that out there. Give us something to drool over. Give us something to really, really wait for and anticipate. There is a bunch of different exclusives that Sony could take and resurrect and bring onto this console generation that so many people would want to see. Make it happen, Sony. Bring it out for the PS5. Show us some gameplay. Make sure you take all this entire hour plus that you plan on having for this and don't waste a minute of it. We don't want to see celebrities and we don't want to see Madden. Oh God, I don't want to see Madden. We better not see Madden. If we see Madden with a celebrity, I'm tuning out. Back on track. But take this time of what you have and make the most of it. And as they said on the updated newsletter on the PS blog yesterday, they hope to make us proud. So make us proud, Sony. Take what people like me are hoping to want to get out of this conference and take that advice and give the players and give the people and the hardcore fans what they want. I know you won't be giving us everything this press conference, but make this one huge. It's the first one. You got to drop a bomb on this one. And that'll do it for the top 5 things that I want to get out of this press conference. Remember to tune in next Thursday, June 4th at 1 p.m. Pacific time for the conference itself. I know I will be, and I will definitely be going over with you guys about what we did witness at this event shortly afterwards. And I hope you guys tune in for that video as well. Until then, this is Webb, anticipating June 4th, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.